Hello and welcome. It is July 1st, which means July channel update time. The time we talk about, well, channel update things. And then at the end, we kill each other in a death. You know how this works. We've been doing this for like 3 years. It's been, actually, 4 years next month will be, well, not the channel update thing, but 4 years for the birthday of the channel next month in August. So that's crazy. We'll start talking about June things. We'll start off that way. So June was actually a bit slower than usual. I don't know if it had to do with just being in the summer. Well, summer for most of us, and maybe E3 had something to do with it. But it just wasn't a lot of new interesting games that we normally play here. Games that we play here on the channel. Those kinds of games. There's never an end to the number of games that are that are coming out, but ones that fit with what we do here. There was a couple weeks ago. There was just like I normally get a lot of keys in the mail just from various developers, just trying to get me to play their games. And there was a couple weeks ago. There was very few that actually came in. We did our viewer request week, which helped out a bit, and but yeah, just trying to get something on the channel was rather difficult this month. We did find some really good things though. Last month we did a thing where I talked about some of my favorites from the month before. We'll do it again. There wasn't a ton, but Emir, I have to mention Emir. Emir is already a fantastic game. It's in like pre-alpha still, and if you want a key for it, he only puts keys out on the 1st of the month, which is today, and there's only like 70 of them that he puts out. So if you want one, you got to get in there quick and try to get one, so you can join in. But it's one of the few games I play a lot of games, and I spend a lot of time with YouTube playing games, and there's few games that are unique enough and interesting enough that I come back to outside of YouTube time to play more of, and it's one of the few that I do that with. Mostly just wanting to check on the game and making sure that my empire has not crumbled and and all of that. So yeah, Emir is fantastic. It'll make its way into the favorites of the year, I think. I'm pretty sure. Crying Suns is one I just played, and it's just in Kickstarter right now. But if it makes its way through Kickstarter, and that's certainly something to watch as far as games go. Of course, Bronze Age is fantastic. The other ones I have, let's see here. I mentioned Graveyard Keeper last month, so I won't mention it. Well, I did mention it, but I won't put it on my list this month. And the other one that, of course, Object Space was unique. Again, it's different than most everything else that I play, and I like that. That gives it a thumbs up in my book for being different. Of course, we have RimWorld 1.0 is out now. Oh, Dominions. Let's talk about that. Dominions multiplayer started up on I think the 1st of last month. And it'll still be going for a while. It's going slower than I thought it was going to go. But there's 8 of us in there, and trying to get 8 of us to all get together and play their turns and send their played games in isn't going as quickly as I figured it would, which I shouldn't have assumed that. So I'll get those videos out as soon as I can. I should be able to get part 3 out here pretty soon, and within the next few days, I think. But yeah, I would have guessed one of those, maybe 1 per week on one of those, I'm going to guess. What else do I have listed here? Oh, Shipwreck. Where's Shipwreck at? I don't know, it's somewhere in here. I think I passed it. But Shipwreck was it was a strange one. It's one that, I don't know where it is. Well, it's somewhere in here. It's potentially really good. Right now, it's really basic. It's when I played it from itch.io. It's a freebie. Actually, is it a freebie? I don't think it is a freebie, actually. Never mind. It's a couple bucks. But it's one that's potentially a lot of fun, though. If he puts the development in here that he says he's going to be putting into it, then it could be a really good one. So there it is, right there. But yeah, so that's it. There wasn't a ton in there, but there's a few good ones in there. Anyway, let's talk about July. Let's move on to something else. So July. I do have plans for July. I mentioned this a long time ago, talking about doing an inspired by Dwarf Fortress month. And Dwarf Fortress, of course, the games like inspired a ton of games out there. RimWorld, Keeper RL, Minecraft, Starmancer, all these sort of things that are heavily inspired by Dwarf Fortress. And I mean, the games even even there's a Museum of Modern Art exhibit on Dwarf Fortress, so it's certainly had its influences out there. And I thought it'd be cool to try an Inspired by Dwarf Fortress month, just sort of visiting several of the games we've played before, but visiting all of the sort of influences that the game has had throughout the month. We'll just see what we can do. We're not like a heavy themed month like I do with free month, where every game is free. Just, occasionally we'll hit one, and I'll try to mention it when I'm doing the video. But any games I can find that has sort of a mention of Inspired by. If you can think of any that I haven't played yet, let me know. But it'll give us an excuse to play Keeper RL again, which I think I have played at every themed month, because it's solo dev. It can be free. It's a roguelike. so yeah, it covers every theme month. Keeper RL is there. So we'll play more of that. Stonehearth is in there as well. Yeah, there's a ton of games. I think Cataclysm. I don't know if I'm not sure if actually it's inspired by it, or if it was. I don't know. I'll find them, and we'll see what we can get. Yeah. So that's our July plans, and I guess that's all I have. Not a ton. What's it? 6 minutes? Yeah. So yeah, that's all we've got. If you have any ideas or any if you want to yell at me about something, or let me have games you want me to play, now is the time to throw it in there. But now it's time to murder each other in some Galimulator. I have a key to give away here. Let me go to the game here. All right, back to Galimulator, which is on Steam, by the way, now. I'll have a link below if you want to check the game out there. Last time I played this, it was on itch.io, but it has made the move over to Steam. But I'm going to go through here, and I'm just going to click on everybody, and you can kind of see your name listed over here if you want to keep an eye and see where you were at. There's like 100 people in here, so I'm not going to name everybody, but we'll go through and just sort of point out where everyone is here, so you can keep an eye on your empire while this is going on. If you're not familiar with the game, so this game plays out sort of, it's like, remember whenever you won Civilization, and it played through the map at the end, which you can kind of sort of watch the empires grow, and through time, it sort of grew through time. That's basically what's happening here. There's actually a lot of detail going on, though. Rather than just being blobs moving along the map, you've got all these different empires, right? These empires are named after the patrons. So there's a globula right there, and we got Justin Jessup over here. Each one of these is a different empire that's led by an emperor, and each emperor will be leading. That's not necessarily an emperor. I guess there might be kings or something else. There's different sort of political systems there as well. And you've also got, each empire has all these different fleets led by certain captains. The officers are on there, and they're named people. These named people will be, may eventually become emperor, that kind of a thing. So yeah, it's surprisingly detailed. Each empire can get technology. The technology will eventually help you win, fight, launch missiles, get new ships, that kind of I think they get new ships out of it as well. And yeah, and there's religions in the game now, so all kinds of things have been added since we last played it. But let's get through here and show off where everyone's at. We got Phoenix Taylor's Garrick, or Garrett. There's Faz. We got Flatster over here, and who's over here? Jelly Raptor, Catherine Conspiracy, Vinyl Rabbit, and down here in Australia, which is packed with folks. We got James Delta 505, Mega Ultra Dave, who is a YouTube sponsor, and Dusty Monk. So I think I got everybody. If I did not, I apologize, but I think I clicked through on everyone here. So let's begin this thing. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and turn the thing on and let it, well, push the play button. Let it go. So you can see how many regions each person has. Like Leo here has 8 regions right now, and they'll eventually names will start popping in here. But you can start forming things like, you can start forming alliances, which no one has yet. There's certain wealth measurements and religion, of course, that's in the game. We got Hesha here in the middle. You can start seeing some names popping up in the middle here. And what we'll do is we'll let this play out till about year, if things haven't been decided by year 100, which should take a couple minutes, then we'll call it. But it should, I'm thinking that things will be done for by then. The alliance is now starting to be formed, and you can see them popping up here. We got a South American alliance. The Greenland alliance apparently is happening here between Ghost Fox and Unkempt. And looks like Nate is in the lead at the moment. Where is Nate? Where is Nate? Down here in Africa. So let's crank it up a bit, let things play out. Australia is still a happening place down here. Where is everybody? Let's see if I can see where everyone's at here. We got Hill Valley up this way. We got Fort Campia. Who's over this? There's Michael Kinzel. John Kinnison has Eastern Canada. Got Lady Hattie owns the U.S. Well, some of it. Tyler. Oh, look at Tom up there. Tom something. He's not on the list yet, though. Just still Nate. Tyler's up to 55. Where's Tyler? Oh, right here, yeah. Hill Valley, we mentioned him. Stormy is over here in the middle. Not a good place to be, Stormy. Each empire has a different sort of tactic, I guess. What happened to Root Den? Root Den! What happened, buddy? Root Den's dead. It just exploded. Yeah, the empires will go into some sort of like riot mode, and they'll just collapse. Every once in a while, as you can see, degenerating, expanding, fortifying, sort of different techniques, I guess, of strategies, I guess, of the game. There's monsters that'll pop in here also. But so far, everything is pretty calm here. Campia seems to be moving in here. We got Tyler is starting to make some room here. Let's go up a little more. Get this thing moving. Once it starts to, I've played through this game a bit, and at one point everyone will sort of collapse and start creating one massive, or a few massive empires, like Vercampia here is doing, where he's just sort of taking over the world, and he's now in the lead. Look at that, the great Canadian-Alaskan empire here. Who's yellow? Joe Bird. Got Daniel over there. Who's here in the middle? Oh, that's Jonesy, who's all split up there. Bituminous Bear is just holding strong here in Peru. Missiles flying through. Someone's launching missiles. What was that? Something just launched off from John there. Missiles flying from Ghost Fox into here. You start seeing ships popping out now. Like Michael here. Oh, there's like an alien down here. The Tint Apprentice. The Dry by Nate? Nate Knudsen had this one? Where's Nate at? Nate's right there. Nate's dead. Well, he's about to be dead. Michael is taking over. Michael Horton, 178. Owns almost all of Africa. Tom's still in there, though. Leonidas is grabbing on to Europe. Bruce is actually still alive. Bruce always dies. He's always the first one to go, but not this time. Robert Smith is hanging on in here. Let's go a little bit bigger. Times 8. And there's where the empire starting to fall. Alliances start forming. See alliances here certainly starting to form there. We have a religion map where all the different religions are. It helps with the fighting. There's wealth. Heat just shows you where all the action is. Leon. Where did Leon come from? What? Leon? Where'd he come from? Dexter James has a strange way here. Australia is still not taken over by some individual person. Adrian has kicked back Michael. Right here in Africa. Who's blue over here? Garrick. Flat's over here in Japan. Looks like somebody's going crazy. That Will's launching some missiles over here to Tom. Leon. Look at Leon. And Adrian. Okay, if they can hold on, they may collapse. But we'll see how long they can hold on. We're at year 30 already. Let's go up to year... Well, let's move it on. Let's set time 16. Whoa, that's a little too fast. Keep it here. There's a monster out here blasting Gorgon. Adrian is conquering the world. I think Adrian, he might have this one. Unless Leon can press through and claim all of them, the Americas. This might be about done for. Wait, year 36. We still got a ways to go, but I don't know. The game has added music in before. There was no music before. It was just annoying little bleeps and blops. Was that up here? That's Michael, right? Michael is there must be an alliance going on there. Adrian is going all out on Robert Smith here. You can see all these fighters. Oh, that's Leo fighting him. Interesting. I think Vinyl Rabbit just collapsed there. He was in here, and he is no longer here. Then Araxia seems to have taken him over. And Leon is just sitting still over there. Are you guys all allied? No, not really. Oh, Adrian's pushing into the Americas. I think we might have a winner. We'll see how it plays out. He might collapse. It's possible that he will like go into riots, into civil war, and completely collapse. But we'll see. But we can see in here. I don't think I showed this off, but we can see the Yesorter, a maintenance ship, has employees. We got Captain Furt. Here is a leader. He's got different stats and abilities, and eventually he can like move up through the ranks. Looks like Leon has had enough with this Alaskan nonsense. And the South American nonsense also, apparently. We're down to only 2 now in Australia. We're at year 77. Bump it up a little more. Year 80. If we get, like... We may have to go over 100. Oh, they're allied. Yeah, Leon and Adrian are allied. So we'll see what this plays out. We might be giving it to Adrian just because of the number of territories he has. Brutes has still hung on, though. So that's something. Are they allied? No, they're not. How is Brute still alive? And there goes Adrian. And we've hit year 100. So I think we're gonna call it here. We'll let me crank up the speed and we'll let it play out fast mode. But I'm pretty sure Adrian's gonna be getting the win here. Him and Denaraxia are going back at it, but Denaraxia is about to collapse. And Gorgon's about to pass. So there we go. We're gonna call it here. Adrian, congratulations. I will have a Steam key for you for a game. I'll email you. I got a few different choices here you can pick from. So anyway, we're gonna call it there. Denaraxia is actually pushing back there. We're going to call it there. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.